Hey everybody, Tony and Chris back for another
Hello.
Tiger Sox review for the Blue Collar Beer Gentlemen.
That's
As you
right.
can see by the backdrop,
Oh
we are
yeah.
in fact at Lovelady Brewing Company, located at 20 South Water Street in Henderson,
Yep.
part of the Water Street District.
Yes, sir.
If you are familiar with the Water Street District and the renos that are going on, I just did a quick drive up and down, and it's not just talk. There really is a lot of stuff going on up and down this street.
Very
And
cool. With a new brewery coming soon.
the new brewery coming soon, right up the
Mojave
street,
Brewing. Yep.
Mojave Brewing. But the point being that there's plenty to do here. What's the new taco place next door?
Flame and Fajitas, I believe.
Flamin' Fajitas,
Is their name.
very popular seem to be.
They're very popular.
So
Yeah.
if you're here in town, you want to check out Henderson. If you're staying on the Strip and you're getting a little tired of living in or being in Disney World, and you want to just check out the rest of the valley, come check out Water Street. There's a lot of stuff going on down here.
Absolutely. And Lovelady, they're about 3.5 years old now, as far as
They have an April Fool's Day birthday.
April Fool's Day
actually.
birthday. Yeah, 3.5 years old now. If you go anywhere in town and are rubbing elbows with brewers or fans of breweries that are locals,
We're great geeks.
and you say the name Lovelady, you get the same reaction. You get those guys know their stuff. You get glowing remark. There's just nothing but love, no pun intended, for Lovelady.
This is a family operation.
It's a family
Four
operation.
brothers running the place.
Yep, and they got something magical going on here. They really, really do. No matter where you go throughout the valley, it's the name Lovelady is synonymous with really, really good beer here in town. So we're honored and thrilled and delighted to be doing this today, and the next two reviews actually. So
And because we like to do beers that are typically between around the $2 price range, I can safely say that when you pay retail for beers, for Lovelady beers at Total Wine, you're looking usually at about $2.29, $2.49 for most cans. Some even come in as low as $1.99. So they are well within the range of Blue Collar Beer Gentleman price.
Yep.
And so here we are in their tap room.
Yeah.
And very pleased to be here and very thankful to Jerry and everybody else.
and
So
Jeffrey,
they've been
yeah, both
extremely accommodating and extremely
More than-
generous with their time and space.
absolutely more than accommodating and welcoming. We were here a couple weeks back, and Jerry just kind of like blurted it out, "Hey, you guys want a tour?" And we're like, "Of course we want a tour."
Exactly.
So just spontaneously, we went on the tour of the back, and it was about 20 minutes or so, but it was awesome. We had a great time, just the two of us and Jerry. It was very intimate and very, very awesome. Jeffrey's the one taking good care of us today. He's made sure we had proper outlets and moved some tables around and took down a cardboard cutout that was behind us a minute ago so we could have the logo right behind us. So we're very, very happy to be here and excited to be here. So
One more thing about this brewery, it is open 7 days a week.
7 days a week.
So,
Yep.
and it opens at noon.
Yep.
So you're all set there.
Yep, exactly. So today we're doing a beer it's actually a series of beers called the State of Change. So what this is it kind of like they'll reinvent it every so often. State of Change, I guess it's in the name. It's a series of different IPAs so far. There's been a brewed IPA. There's been this one right here called it's called the Evolving IPA, but it's called the State. Yeah, the Evolving is the series. Forgive me, I'm sorry. There you go. Yes,
This is
I
the
misspoke.
third State of Change.
Yes.
There will be another one coming before very long. This will be put up today, so this will be the 6th of
October 6th, yep.
But I do believe that this is kind of where they're running low on the supply of this. Jeff
Right,
told us that
The next one is a West Coast featuring 7 different hops. So,
super hoppy.
yeah, by the time you watch this and you mosey on down here, there's a very, very good realistic chance that you will be partaking in the Evolving IPA series, which will be the West Coast style.
Yeah, exactly.
But that doesn't mean we're not going to crack this open and love it right now.
What's more, Jeff was cool enough to give each of us a can.
Yep.
So
Yeah, and
instead
like,
of sharing a can of beer this time,
do you still want me to pour for you?
you know what?
You
I'm
feel
going to forgo this one. You know?
Oh, all right, cool. I get it. We're having a pour off. All right. Okay, so we just had this beer a quick moment ago. Well, I had a little taste of it a little while ago, and it's incredible. But it's always better to have it right out of the can. And look at that.
This is one of the few times that you're actually seeing pretty close to the color of the beer itself. The camera doesn't always do a very good job of picking up the color, but that is definitely I would say that's very close to the color.
Yep.
Actually, Tony's is coming out a little closer
Yeah,
to the
mine's got
actual
a little
color
bit
than
better
mine.
light.
He's closer to the window, and
Very,
that's the sun.
very tangerine color, heavy on the tangerine-ish hue, I guess you could say. I love the logo. Lovelady has a very, very, very cool logo.
Tangerine is exactly on the money. I mean, we haven't even opened. I haven't even done the beard wipe with this yet, and already I can smell tangerine in the smell. Very hazy. I mean, you cannot see through this whatsoever. Very. It's almost like a carrot color.
That's a good way to cut.
And you can see that head isn't going anywhere. Nice and resilient head.
But I haven't heard anybody refer to this as a New England style. It's just, I think it's just up there as an orange IPA.
Yeah, I think this is just to get with this one. It's an orange IPA.
But I'm getting like from the smell, I'm getting like some mandarin. I don't know what type of oranges were involved here, but are you getting that? Or?
Yeah, well, mandarin oranges are tangerines. So.
Okay, well.
So, but
you're the fruit expert now.
Exactly.
I know my vegetables.
Big surprise, the fat guy knows the fruit.
There's a joke to be made there somewhere. Beard. See, he does the beard swipe. I just have a stubble swipe. Can I do a stubble swipe?
Man, that is really. I mean, I'm getting not just
it's a gorgeous
the tangerine
smell.
is definitely the top one, but there's even kind of like a creaminess. Like it almost has a creamsicle sort of smell.
That's it right there. A creamsicle. Very much so. The aroma is very inviting. Doesn't like overpower your nose. I don't know if I'm supposed to be looking here or up here. This is
up here is
it's getting really weird
where the people
here.
are. Real quick, this does have a 6.9 ABV.
Yes, forgot to mention
do not have IBUs on this. Considering it's a changing beer, I can see it being kind of difficult to take the time to do the IBU count. Furthermore, one day, very, very soon, I'm going to do a video where we're going to discuss why a lot of people out there say IBU counts are foolish and they don't mean anything. We can get into that at a later time.
We can argue over that.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll argue over whose day was more pleasant.
All right, but cheers.
All right, let's partake. Satisfying right away.
Indeed. I'm going to describe it as a medium-low mouthfeel, wouldn't you say?
Low-medium mouthfeel. Carbonation is like spot on. You're getting a real nice, full, juicy orange, like you just bit into a very, very ripe orange.
There is a slight alcohol burn to it, 6.9 ABV. That's kind of to be expected, a slight one, and that's actually, and it's adding to the flavor, I would say.
No doubt about it. Very, very fulfilling as far as the marriage of the hops with the orange element. You get like a little bit of mandarin and tangerine, and a smaller size orange, not some not like a navel orange. Maybe I'm not getting so much, but I feel like I'm getting more of a mandarin.
Well, what I'm getting, what I'm tasting is I'm tasting the orange in the beer, but I'm also tasting like almost like a citra hop.
There is
sort of.
So
there's two different citrus elements to it. I feel like I'm getting the true citrus of the the oranges that were used in it, and I'm getting like a citra hop sort of citrusy because a standard IPA that isn't geared towards being orange can oftentimes have that very citrusy, from the hops.
And that's what, to me, that's what this beer delivers. Like when you take a sip, when you take a gulp, about 2 seconds after you do, you get almost like a wash of citrus, like fresh citrus juice.
Yeah.
So it's just a very fresh tasting beer.
I would even go so far as to say if you wanted a breakfast beer, this would be pretty conducive. Because
who doesn't want a breakfast beer?
Yeah, I mean it's
eating pancakes with no beer is boring.
You normally have orange juice with your breakfast, whether it's pancakes or French toast or Cheerios. I would say this would be a good breakfast.
If you need an excuse, go to Europe, have beer with breakfast. I mean, if you really need an excuse, So hopefully you're not all watching the Raiders game and you're paying attention to us, because we're the stars here,
Real quick, I do want to say that they do not have food here, but they do sell some snacks, and they are more than cool with you bringing in outside food.
The restaurant next door.
The restaurant next door, what'd you say was it called again?
Flaming Fajitas, if I'm not mistaken.
Next door. There are other places around here. I mean, Uber Eats or any one of those apps that'll get you food. They'll deliver here. Just a moment ago, if you heard somebody kind of loudly say something, that was actually somebody delivering food here for a
They
customer.
do scream out names quite a bit. Oh, also, there's a really, really nice patio. Like, of course, I'm just pointing randomly, but there is a patio out there, and there's a good amount of people out there right now, actually.
This is also a very nice brewery. For example, when we got here, they were just finished setting up. We're setting back up from the yoga. I believe it's. I think it's the second Saturday or the second Sunday of the month, second and fourth or something. I don't know. Anyway, you could look it up on their website, but they do have yoga here. We just came in and
Several
came upon
events,
that.
various nights of the week.
There's trivia nights.
Yep.
There's
Yeah, it's a real fun place. And then maybe in the next video, what we can do is kind of we'll pick up the laptop and because we're gonna do a couple more videos here on location, spread out over the next 3 weeks, starting today, and we'll show you. It's a great layout. I mean, when they came in here and set this place up, and just the comfort of the bar and the feel of the bar and the look, the whole dynamic. I mean, it's just got everything works. This brewery just has everything works in this brewery. It's spacious, it's roomy. The patio is pet friendly, and I think children can go out there too, if I'm not mistaken.
that I don't know.
I seem to remember that in the past. That might have changed, so don't hold me to that. But just
So at the very least, you can bring your pup.
super comfortable and spacious, and you almost feel like you're not in Las Vegas anymore, or Henderson, I guess you could say. So more thoughts on the beer?
More thoughts on the
a little
beer.
bit of a creaminess too, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and there's even somehow there's a little bit of a dryness, which usually comes. What I'm finding comes on the back end.
On the
it
back
does start
end,
with
right.
that very
Which is where that
fruity
citrus comes from.
and very juicy end, but it does have a dry finish to it, which I like a lot.
I agree.
I like it when a fruit doesn't end up sticking around on your tongue forever and ever, because even though this is not a strong fruit, a lot of times fruit, if it stays with an aftertaste, it can start to sort of get a tingy sort of feel on your tongue.
Yeah,
and
almost pasty, almost.
Yeah, and I'm not getting that specifically
No.
because of the dry finish.
Not
So
at all.
I'm liking that a
No,
lot.
this is very, it's super refreshing. It's got just that right little kick of citrus to it, to where you're not getting like an acidic, like the balance is off where you're just getting too much.
I'd say it's a great melding of everything: the hops,
Right, exactly.
the orange, the malts, and like I said, that alcohol burn is doing just the right of work, just to spread the citrus up into your nostrils from the alcohol burn, so it carries on the flavor from bouquet to tongue.
Exactly. Well said. What's also cool is breweries in Vegas and Henderson, they all make their share of IPAs. Obviously, there's going to be IPAs everywhere you go. What I like about what Lovelady's doing is the evolving series. It's like you're going to see step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, where, a month or two ago, you would have come in here, this same beer it wouldn't have been the orange IPA. It was the brewed IPA.
Exactly.
Now we're enjoying the orange IPA. And Jeff, one of the brewers and who's been just super cool to us, I can't say enough praise about him. He just gave us a little, information that the next one coming out, which would be number 4, is, like we previously mentioned, is the West Coast IPA, which I am. If you know me, if you say the words West Coast IPA, I drool. I admit, I drool.
I do too. I mean,
because that is my absolute favorite style.
I'll take a San Diego IPA over a New England IPA. And don't get me wrong, I got nothing against New England IPA.
No, it's not that.
Like
there still has
IPA
to be a favorite. Yeah. The West Coast style IPA is probably my favorite. I mean, I can't think of one that tops it. Then you start introducing the elements of like a double IPA or an imperial IPA. You have my attention. I mean, that's just where I'm at. Untapped. What would you? You want to throw a score there?
Yeah, let's see.
I'm going strong. I mean, it's local love, of course, first of all, and it's available on draft and in a can, which is a big plus. It's just a delicious beer. So.
Well, I would give it a 4.25 because it does come in the can. I'm going to give it that extra 0.25 like I usually do. So this is going to get 4.5 from me.
Yeah. Not that now just for the guys who the Lovelady boys who might be watching this, we do this in every video. It's because there are a lot of people that have asked us when we review a video, like, please mention what your score would be on Untappd. I don't use Untappd that very much. Chris does, but it's something we do for the people. Something nice for the people. Yeah.
It's also a good way to. If nothing else, it's a good way to chart which beers you've had before, because we've all looked at a beer and gone, have I had this before? I see we are down to less than a minute.
About 40 seconds left, so we'll be back in.
We'll be back in 1 week, and the week after that, we'll also be back at Lovelady.
So thanks,
until
guys.
Next time, enjoy your summer breeze. Cheers. Drink good beer and don't break the bank doing it, guys. And don't forget, drink local, #Vegas Strong.